Hey YouTube, I'm back. It's just actually been a couple of minutes, and I wanted to tell you a quick story. Well, okay, I never make anything quick, but I'm gonna try. So, okay, I am of advanced maternal age, and I know the big question is, how old are you? And I really want to answer that. The problem is, and sorry about that. I really want to answer that, and I really want to be completely honest and completely open. And I think the thing is, I don't want any negative comments about, oh, well, you shouldn't even be trying to have a baby or whatever. It's really weird how people I don't know, how people think about it. Some people are like, oh, that's great. Or my grandmother had a baby 10 years older than you. And some people are like, what is wrong with you? So I have decided to just kind of keep that on the down low until I have a healthy pregnancy for sure, and then I am definitely going to share it with you. But in the meantime, I wanted to tell you a story about a friend of mine, and I actually met her when I was a foster parent, and her name is Linda, and we met, and now I guess she's in her early 60s, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, I guess she is in her late 50s. Okay, so we met, and she has a son that's the same age as my son, as one of my sons, and we both went through the foster parent training together, and she's like super organized and super amazing, and she got together this whole support group thing for everybody, and um that's just the whole foster parenting thing. That's a whole other story, but anyway, so she ended up like, we went to breakfast one day when we were having when we were doing the whole interview process, because it is actually very grueling to go through the foster parenting thing. I mean, they are in your business, like everything. Like, they come in your house and look in your closets, and like they decide if you're a fit parent, and they do a background check, and I mean, it's pretty actually intense. And the interesting thing is, my husband is like, I don't know, he has some sort of massive clearance because of whatever he does. and and they had to do a different one. They wouldn't take his clearance from his like government top secret whatever clearance. They wouldn't take it. They had to get a totally different one. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure his is like better, but okay. So, and then there's me. I don't have any sort of clearance or anything for anyone. So they of course had to start from scratch. But anyway, so we went for moral support, and I digressed there. But we went for moral support, and she was telling me the story of her and her husband and how they came to want to be foster parents. And she ended up telling me how she had wanted a baby, and she was almost 50, and she decided that she had kids of her own, and he had kids of his own, her current husband, and they wanted a child together. So they went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, you're crazy, there's no way. And so she's very, very religious. I mean, she has a ton of faith. I wish I had that much faith in my, my pinky finger. But she has a ton of faith, and she and her husband just prayed about it and prayed about it and prayed about it. And at the age of 49, she got pregnant, and she has a healthy son. He's 11, so I guess that does make her 60. So she had him when she was almost 50, and it was all natural. I mean, she didn't use any fertility treatments. I mean, if she did, she didn't tell me. She told me it was all natural, and I believe her. So anyway, she had a baby at 49, a very healthy boy, and he is gifted and doing extremely well. And so I just thought that would be a good story for those of you who are wondering if it's too late, and I'm hoping you're not discouraged by my story. But I recently contacted her. It was kind of strange because we were having a garage sale, and I hadn't seen her for like a year. We were having a garage sale, and she showed up in my yard and was like, she and her husband were like looking for bunk beds or something. And so we ended up chatting, and then I ended up like thinking about her story, and I was like, I hadn't thought about it in forever. And I ended up like Facebooking her and saying, hey, before you had your son, did you have miscarriages? And she said yes, that they had about a year and a half of miscarriages, like just back-to-back miscarriages before they got pregnant with their son. And I was like, that thank you. That is exactly what I needed to hear, because I needed to know that someone had persevered and had success, because I was starting to go, okay, I just can't have a miscarriage every 2 months. I am just, and I'm just kind of, I just can't continue, and I can't keep my spirits up and continue. So it was exactly what I needed to hear. And then my friend Michelle, who is actually younger than me, had just had a baby, and she, we haven't known each other that long, so I didn't really know her history. But she came over and she ended up telling me that this was her fourth try, that she had had 3 miscarriages before, and that it was her fourth try that she conceived her beautiful baby boy. And she said that she really struggled with getting help from doctors because, like me, she had 4 healthy pregnancies with no problem getting pregnant. Then she had these back-to-back miscarriages, and people were like, well, you're just done, or, your body's older, just get over it. And my doctor, I think, kind of feels that way a little bit, like, oh, it'll happen or it won't happen or whatever. But the bottom line is you don't really get a lot of help if you've had healthy pregnancies, because they don't really look at you as having a fertility issue per se. But, so that's my friend Linda's story, that's my friend Michelle's story, and I hope you guys find that encouraging, and I certainly did, so I really hope it helps you. So, I love you guys, and I will be back soon.